I don't like the idea that Donald Trump is going to kick in someone's door. Not him, actually, it would be hilarious if it was him personally. He walks up and it's just him. But the idea that he's going to send cops or immigration to a house, they're going to kick the door in and say, we don't need a warrant because you're harboring criminal illegal aliens or whatever. That sounds like a really bad idea. And that's why I've been saying since last year, even the year before, if Trump wants to implement deportations, it's got to be a guy in a polo shirt and khakis with a belt on and a clipboard, knocking on a door and then taking people to a nice, little van with only a couple people in it where they can go for deportation. None of this military vehicles, none of this, like putting them in detention centers on the border. You have to be very, very careful with how this is done. I don't want to see law enforcement thinking they can enter homes without warrants. That's insane.
That's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah.
That's a real slippery slope.
It is.
I mean, I understand, like, being over here illegally, you kind of forfeit your rights that a normal American citizen would have, but I still think just entering a home in general without any sort of consent or a warrant, that makes me uncomfortable.
What if there is a terrorist in that home?
I mean, again, I can't definitively say what I think would happen, but I just think it's a little scary.
What if there is a known terrorist who is being pursued by law enforcement and he runs inside of a house and locks the door, and as the law enforcement turn the corner, there's a bunch of people outside with their hands on their heads, and they're like, he just ran in that house.
Yeah.
Can they go in then?
Wait for him to come out.
Well, isn't that
honest question?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, stake it out.
I honestly think legally, if cops are in pursuit of a wanted criminal and the guy turns the corner and then enters a house and the police turn the corner and everyone's pointing at the house, he just went inside. Pretty sure that's probable cause and they can enter the building. Exigent circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be, and it wouldn't be a problem to get, again, make sure that the house is locked down, call up a judge, get a warrant, be like, yo, people say that he went in there, we were following him, we think he's in there, give us a warrant. The judge can issue a warrant real quick.
I don't think they need it.
Maybe not.
I'm pretty sure if there are witnesses who said, we just watched a man enter that house. So when we got swatted, the cops were like, we don't need a warrant. Exigent circumstances. And I said, the hell you don't. You can't come in my house. And they were like, tell it to a judge. And they walked in. They didn't literally say tell it to a judge. They were like, we don't need your permission and we're going in your house. And I was like, well, I reject this. I oppose this and I deny permission. And they went in anyway. Because I don't want them walking through my house.
I mean, I think in the terrorist scenario, if it's black and white, like you said, like, it's easy to say, yeah, you should totally be able to go into the house or enter into the house and grab the suspect. But this is kind of shades of gray here. Like, what other people are in the house? Who really knows what's going on? I feel like that's why all of these standoffs happen quite a bit at a time. So,
yeah.
I mean, in Tim's like perfect scenario, yeah, the guy runs in, he's the only one in there, for sure, go in and get the guy. I think that's fine. But I think like when these things actually play out, like I said, it's a little bit more gray than just, or a little bit more gray than like, what do we actually do?
Here's the challenge. I don't disagree with you. The challenge is, over the past 4 years, we've had more people enter this country illegally than at any point in the history of this country. And some actually have argued that it is one of the largest mass migrations of humans in the history of humanity. So it is. It's in the top 5. The partition of India and Pakistan may be much bigger, but that was actually one big body and that was split. This is people coming from all over the world and entering the United States, with estimates ranging from like 10 to 20 million. This is apocalyptic for a culture, for a country, for an economy. Donald Trump says, I'm elected with immigration as the number 2 issue, and I need to enforce the law. And we must deport the worst of the worst: criminal, terroristic, illegal migrants, people who are in prison gangs. Now, as Joe Biden violated the Constitution and did all of the worst things imaginable, there's a guy in Arizona. I think, was it Arizona where the rancher got arrested?
Yeah, yeah. The old dude, yeah.
So people are crossing onto his property. He claims that, I think what he said, they were shooting at him or something.
He thought they were.
He heard gunshots. So he goes out there, and I think he admitted he shot a guy illegally trespassing and breaking into the country. He went to prison. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to Joe Biden and his administration taking away our rights and assisting in the destruction of this country, oh boy, let me lay it out for you. When they put up shipping containers to block the barrier, they ordered them taken down. When the Texas National Guard put up concertina wire, the feds came in and said, don't you dare defy us. Let these people in. And when CBP under Joe Biden knew they were trafficking children into sex slavery, they did it with smiles on their faces.
Just let it happen.
And we all watched that happen. But because it wasn't personal to us, we say it's a bad thing that must be stopped. And the liberals say we like it. Now the shoe is on the other foot. Donald Trump is the president, and these criminals got to go. Now what we hear is, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but now what we hear is we cannot be like Biden, meaning we're going to have to be constrained with our hands tied behind our backs. And the criminals and the sex slavers who are brought into this country, oh boy, we might not be able to remove all of them. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.